Here we go. Question 41. Got quadratic functions Q and W are graphed on the same coordinate grid. The vertex of graph Q is 18 units below the vertex of the graph W. Which pair of functions could have been used to create the graphs of Q and W? What I would do, type these all in your graphing calculators and look at the different ones. The format for these here is ax squared plus c. The thing that moves your graphs up or down is this plus c right there. The higher c is, the higher the graph goes. The lower c is, the lower the graph goes. So we're trying to find two that have a difference of 18. A can't be it because A changes your A coefficient right there, which makes your graph narrower or wider, and there's a couple that I went over before that kind of line up for that. Same argument there. Obviously, C couldn't work out because it's the same thing. Here you got negative 18x, and then I guess the other one there, so that wouldn't move it up or down. So our answer choice, which, okay, because these are kind of similar, one's up and one's down. So the vertex of graph Q is 18 units below. Okay, so that's the key thing. Q has got to be 18 units below. So I think right here, Q has that minus 18. The other one doesn't have a minus anything. So probably answer D is going to be our best option right there. The other one, Q of x equals x squared plus 18. That's 18 units above. So I guess they're kind of making sure you're paying attention to the little details in the words. So be careful on that. All right, look at this one here. You got a 41, an electrical circuit, or in an electrical circuit, the voltage across a resistor is directly proportional to the current running through the resistor. If a current of 12 amps produces 480 volts across the resistors, how many volts would a current of 1.5 amps produce in the identical resistor? So here's a key word, proportional. Proportional, you need a proportion. You need a fraction equals another fraction. All right, so part of that fraction, the first, the ratio you got 12 amps gives you 480 volts. So now we're going to go figure out what's going on at 1.5 amps. All right, so I'll put amps over the voltage. So the second fraction, you got to do amps over the voltage. And I don't know what that voltage I'm going to get, so I'm going to put X up there. To solve a proportion, that's where you do your cross multiply and then eventually divide. All right. And so I'm going to go 12 times X. I'll just write it out, I guess, for this one. And then I need to punch out 1.5 times 480. Kind of too tired to think right now, so I'm just going to use my calculator. Oh, and I'm not typing it right, so that messes that up. So I got 720. And then go ahead and do divide by 12, and then you get x equals 60 for that answer. And then that's a bubble your answer. So you would just fill in your answer document accordingly. So that one, not too bad. Uh-oh. Guess I already did some of these here with my class. I'm trying to erase everything. Not bad. Alright, so this next one here is not too bad. What do we got? Okay, which graph? I think this is it. Yep. Which graph shows a line with an x-intercept of -5? It's very easy. It's not hard. Go find which of these graphs has an x-intercept of -5. A definitely works out. This first one here, x is equal to 1. We don't like that answer. This one, x equals +5. Make sure you're looking at your signs. We'll see the other one here. This one's like not even 2, like kind of like 2 points something, like maybe like 2.3 or something. I don't know. Clearly not -5, so answer A is the best choice. Oh, I guess the reason you might have accidentally chosen answer B is because the y-intercept is -5, but I want the x-intercept. So make sure you're looking at your horizontal axis there. Really not much to that problem. Hopefully you could get that one right on a test. One of those questions that gets you that, 38% or whatever, right? All right, let's see what's going on here. A student rode a bike from school to a rec center. The graph shows the student's distance in miles from the rec center after riding the bike for X minutes. What is the range of the function? So we already kind of talked about this in one of my other videos. Domain is all your X values, or the independent variable type of values, and then Y is the dependent variable, or the, I guess I should say Y values here, but it's like your dependent stuff here. All right, X, obviously they got that going around along the X-axis, so your Y's are going up and down. So I'm trying to see, for range, you're seeing how high do you go, and then how far down do you go. So it looks like our Y values are between 0 and 9. The way we write that with inequalities is we say Y is less than or equal to 9, but is greater than or equal to 0. So I'm trying to find an answer choice that matches that. So it looks like, I guess, G right here. So make sure you got both of the criteria. Yes, we need to be less than or equal to 9, but I guess we also need to be greater than or equal to 0. So that's why G is the best option there on that one. So that one's not too bad. It's just knowing your vocabulary. So make sure you're on the lookout there for that. What do we got here? Graph of 6x squared minus 11x plus 3 is shown on the grid. What are the zeros? Another vocab thing, zeros. Those are x-intercepts. Sometimes they might refer to them as solutions. If you have the equation set equal to 0, every now and then you might see, sometimes you'll see this, you'll see roots. These are all the same thing. These are all x-intercepts. Now, if you're looking here closely, they're kind of, you got about, half or something, or maybe half, I'm not even sure what that is, something between 0 to 1, and then the other one is between 1 and 2. So you got two answers. Obviously, it can't be A, it can't be C, because those only have one. Now, they are definitely not 2 and 9, because that would look a lot different. You have a point way there and a right there, so it'd be a lot wider of a graph. So obviously, you can narrow it down to 1/3 and 3/2. Now, once again, Desmos question, that would be very easy to go type in the Desmos. Then you just go click on the x-intercepts, and it'll give you nice points. Or it'll give you like the decimal, I guess, at least. So that one, not much to that one right there. So there you go. And I guess we made it through 45. Some of those were pretty quick there today.